So make sure you select these carefully. We want this all to go to the proximal, which is the upper joint. This is going to be blended, and then this part's going to be blended right here too. But for now, we'll just put it to our index finger. We also want, because like I told you before, where the hand actually bends, we're going to want to see they made the knuckle joints right here. What I was telling you about on this part of the hand, because you know when your hand bends, it bends here. It doesn't bend right where that little web area is. You know, it doesn't bend right there. It bends down further. So we're gonna want to bend this hand a little bit more, but you can see what I'm talking about. They put a row here that I wish they would have continued it on, but we will just we'll leave it like this. We just know that we'll blend this. I don't want this to be a hard 100 because when you bend the hand, it's gonna look broken. And the whole goal of this is to make it not look as broken. So all this goes to the index proximal. All right, so now we do the next thing, middle finger, same thing. You can make your selection set just to get started. Shift period. This is going to be our right middle finger. Ooh, look at that. I did left instead of right. See? I was like, because I kept thinking like, I don't remember it looking like it was the right. So what we can do here, since we already laid this out, it's gonna think the left one over there is selected too, but just go back and redo this right quick. Yeah, see I did left. This is the right hand. If you zoom out, this is the right side of the body. So yeah, always double check your work because you would bend the hand and be like, oh my God, why is this not working? I was sitting here like, I don't remember it. I don't remember checking if it was the R at the bottom. So here you go, one. But it's quick. It's quick. You know, once you find mistakes, just fix them. It'll make things so much smoother down the line, and it'll be easy to fix right now, as opposed to when you're halfway done and you're like, trying to figure out what could be the problem. Index middle, and then we did these last two. But it happens, you know, that type of mistake happens. All right, so now this goes to here. Good. All right, done, fixed. Now we can continue on with what we were doing. So this is middle R. Middle R. I think we stopped here. All right. So we want to go from here on up. Yeah, that doesn't do it. I think it is. I was trying to do a ring selection, but we'll just select it like this. It's probably better to just do it manually anyway. Everything is such tight spaces over here. Let's grab one more. Let's grab this one too. This one goes to a middle R. All right, and now we just want to select this upper ring right here. I have to get some more water. I'm licking lips too much. My lips gonna be dry and crusty by the time this is done. We don't want that. So let's just keep going with this. Even though we're gonna blend these in between the fingers, let's just select the middle one and the one next to it and just continue down that line, like that train of thought. All right. And so we want that one to be middle proximal. All right, let's do our ring finger. And you just follow along with this. This is how you skin. This is how you skin a character. Back in the day, this was kind of the only option. You didn't really have options to paint weights with the robust paint tools like how they are now. You just had to do everything like by hand like this. And then if you go way, way back in the day when it was all just NURBS modeling, you didn't even do that. You just made your NURBS and you just linked them, or not even linking. You just hierarchically chose a parent and a child, and then that did. You didn't even have bones yet. You know, I remember when I started, there were no bones yet that you could use for characters. That was back in the Alias Wavefront days, which got turned into Maya. That was before Maya even existed as a software. All right, so now we're doing our ring finger, and we go middle. And you want that all in the middle joint of the ring finger, and then we'll do the upper parts of the ring finger. While we're looking at the front, we'll just grab these now. Look at the underside of the hand. And I know it can be a little disorienting at first once you start moving around the character like this, but you will get used to it. Moving around in 3D space, it becomes easy after a while to maintain focus on what you're looking at. Yes, we did do the metacarpals. That's true. So when we get ready to do the hand, we're going to want like this row and a little bit of that row to be blended to the joint here, and then this row, the one underneath it, and a little bit of this one to be blended to this one. So we can get what we added that joint for, so we can get this motion. If you remember in the video before, is so you can get this part, these two joints right here, to be able to curl them over like this, like when you look at it. So your hand isn't always like flat, like that. You can actually get this rotation to be like that, which is great for grabbing things, gripping things. It'll make it a lot more believable for the hand animation. So it's a good thing. So we have all these selected, and we want this to be ring proximal. And now let's do our pinky finger. See, it's going by pretty quick. It doesn't take that long. It only takes longer depending on if you start with painting weights first, because it's like opening a can of worms and then pouring the can of worms on the table with all the slime and everything with it, and then trying to sort everything out. You still got a mess on your hands, you know. All right, let's select our next set. That's good. All right, now select these joints up here, or these these vertices. I need to select these verts too, so I'm gonna go back and see what those are set to. But this should be the ring, or this should be the pinky proximal. All right, so let's go back here. I think we need to, what is this set to? Yeah, see, we don't want that like that. Let's set this to pinky proximal. This and this, let's set that to ring proximal. This should be middle proximal. This. All right, so that one's already selected. All right, good. That one's index. All right. Let's do our thumb, and then we'll move on to the hand. And then we'll move all the way up the rest of the right arm, and then go to the left arm. So same thing here. Thumb is a little different than the rest of the fingers, but you should still be able to see with how the topology is laid out. Hopefully on your model, if you're using a different one, you should still be able to see where the bend would happen, and that's what you want to use as your guide. So this is our thumb. Make sure you're in the right or left thumb area, depending on which side you started on. But we're on our right thumb, so it's this bone right here, and we'll do one right there. The next one is we'll do a selection set of these verts. And I want to do one more ring around this area. So we want to grab this ring as well. We're going to probably blend a little bit of that, but it's better to just grab it off the bat. So when you start bending the thumb around, you can see what it's actually doing. All right, and that's going to go to the proximal. And then the rest of this is actually going to go to the metacarpal for the thumb, because that's all what this is right here, this joint. We just did this joint, which is actually very limited, and then this joint, which gives you your full range of motion for the thumb. That's what this one is right here that we're about to do. So this is not going to be a part of the hand per se. It's going to be a part of the metacarpal. Yeah, we're going to want this. Let's just grab all this right here. This too. And then it moves all of this right here around. Let me look. I'm trying to see the back of the hand. If you look at how your thumb moves from the back of the hand, you can see that line from your hand goes like a straight line come up this way when you have your thumb in. When your thumb is out, you can see how it does it. So I'm trying to look at the topology of the mesh to see if I bend the thumb, where does that start and stop? And it's right here on this line, but it's also, it could be like right here on this line, which means we're going to have to do some blending from that area. So right now, I'm just going to leave that area out how it is, and we'll take care of that when we do our blending. But I do want to add this to it. All right, and so that's going to get added to the metacarpal. So now for the hand, we are going to want to add everything else that we didn't to that area. So we can just do a selection set like this, like this, like that, like that, like that. We can grab these. And we can grab this row right here as well. This row is going to get blended, but I don't mind grabbing this for the hand. These we should actually add to the proximal joints for the middle finger and the ring finger. But let's see if we got everything we wanted for the hand first. We can take this off. This is creeping up too much close to the wrist. We're going to blend into that, but we don't need to have that as a part of our selection set to start. This we have to the thumb proximal, so that's fine. We could just put this to the hand for now, keep it consistent. And then what we'll do is when we go back to our polish, I'll do the front too. We'll go back to our polish, we'll actually just blend that because we're going to blend it anyway. So once you have everything for the hand selected, you should be good to go.